Hey, what's up everyone? My name's Walter Fate, and we're back here to read some more stories from Reddit. I usually cover old stories, 6 months ago and more, but let's go with current ones this time. Am I the Asshole is the subreddit where people post their situations and ask if they happen to be the one who's wrong. Other options include everyone sucks here and no one's the asshole. But I don't like long intros, so let's just begin with stories from Reddit Am I the Asshole. Another day, another wedding drama to start the video off. Am I the asshole for not letting my sister-in-law use my wedding dress for her wedding, even though she can't afford one? My 28 female, younger brother, 24 male, and his fiancée, 23 female, are supposed to get married in the spring after being engaged for about a year. My younger brother has always been the golden child between the both of us to my mom, not to my dad. Him and his fiancée currently live with her, rent-free might I add. My dad and I, on the other hand, have mixed feelings about this wedding. We both feel like my brother is rushing into things and not being financially smart. He just finished his bachelor program a year ago, is still trying to get on his feet and find a good full-time job in his field, and decides to spend thousands of dollars on a wedding? We sat him down and explained this to him, and asked him what the rush was. Why not push it off for a few years and save up so you guys can really have a wedding of your dreams? He explained to us that his fiancée wants the wedding as soon as possible and doesn't want to wait. Well, his fiancé's family is pitching in a couple thousand for the wedding. My dad reluctantly is pitching in a couple thousand as well. All important later. Well, a few nights ago, I'm eating dinner with my husband when I get a call from my future sister-in-law. Convo starts out normal. Hey, how are you? Shitty weather we're having, etc., etc. Until she tells me she has a serious question to ask me. She asks if she can use my wedding dress that I wore to my wedding just over a year ago. She explains that she can't afford one herself, that she absolutely loves mine, and that it would be her something borrowed. I immediately shut her down and said, I'm sorry, but no, this is a thousands of dollar dress we're talking about, that she'd have to get altered to fit her too, by the way, so no way. We're also not even close at all and barely talk, so like what the fuck? She starts begging and even starts crying and going on about how she can't afford one. I told her I'm sorry, but no. She then starts going on about how I'm not even financially helping her and my brother pay for the wedding, so the least I can do is let her use my dress. I told her the honest truth that I think they're rushing into having a wedding and not being financially smart. She said she didn't care, she has a timeline and wants to be married by 25. I basically said to her that she made her bed so now she has to lie in it and figure it out herself, and if she can't afford her wedding dress, then she shouldn't be having a wedding, simple as that. She ran back to my mom and my brother to tell them what I said. They think I'm an asshole because I have the money to financially help my brother and his fiancée, but I'm being selfish and unsupportive. They also think it's just a dress, so what's the big deal? My dad is on my side and defending me, and is now thinking of taking back his financial help due to the sheer audacity of my brother's fiancée asking me such a thing. It's like a more selfish stone soup. Hey, it's fine, as long as everyone else puts in, they'll get a cheap wedding. What a great deal for them, huh? Obviously, this shit with the dress is completely out of line. She should feel like a bum just for asking. Marriage is definitely one of those things you should do if you have extra money or don't care about a big ceremony. Asking to burden your family with it is bullshit, and I'd have no part of it. Maybe I'm a bit of a Scrooge, but I can't imagine someone asking me for thousands of dollars for their wedding. I'll bring them a can opener or some shit. I personally didn't want to spend a ton of money on a wedding. We had a simple ceremony with just immediate family, then went out for dinner at a nice restaurant. His parents paid for the dinner. We did spend a bit more on the honeymoon, a cruise. The rest of our savings went to a down payment on the first house. My wife's wedding dress was like $200 and she looked amazing. I would really be questioning the wants to be married by 25 bit. These two are flying more red flags than the Chinese Navy. Yeah, maybe just have a wedding you can actually afford. It is possible. Here's one that has a resolution, to some extent. Am I the asshole for refusing to go to my friend's boyfriend's party after she demanded to approve my outfit? My 29 female friend Kate, 28, has a boyfriend, Jamie, 29, whom she has been with for nearly 3 years. We met Jamie on a night out, and I would say that although he's Kate's boyfriend, I consider him a friend. We share an interest in a particular sport that we text about sometimes, and if I have a spare hospitality ticket to one of the sporting fixtures, I will sometimes invite Jamie to go. Jamie's 30th is coming up, and Jamie and Kate planned a big party, and I peripherally helped out with logistics when asked. A few days ago, Kate texted me. She asked if I wouldn't mind toning down my look for the party, and if I could send her a picture of what I was planning to wear. I asked her what this meant, and after asking several times if she really had to say it, she asked if I could dress, verbatim, basically what I would consider frumpy, because she really didn't want to be outshone at her own boyfriend's birthday party. When I didn't reply right away, she went on to say that she wanted Jamie's full attention that night, which she wouldn't get if I showed up dressed properly. I was a bit annoyed by what she was implying, so I said if I was going to be so much of a concern for her, I'd rather just politely decline the invitation. Kate freaked out, saying I was being immature by not coming just because I couldn't steal the spotlight. I said it wasn't about that, it was about her making me responsible for whether or not I draw her boyfriend's attention, which is something I've never tried to do, nor done as far as I'm aware. She then said it was really important to Jamie that she stand out because his friends and colleagues would be there. I just told her that again, if she was so worried that I was going to be distracting everyone, I'd rather not come than feel humiliated from now until the event. I said I would send her Jamie's gift, and she could tell him why I wasn't coming. I guess she didn't tell him the reason, because Jamie messaged me saying he knows I'm booked the night of the party, but he'd really like it if I could be there, and asked if I could reorganize so I could come. I hadn't replied, but I got a message from Kate saying she knows Jamie is trying to get me to come, and please could I just put my pride aside and come to the party. I asked if she was going to ditch the outfit policing, but she said no, so I said I would not be coming. She didn't reply, but I've since received a couple of texts from mutual friends saying that while her request is ridiculous, Kate is aware of that. She's just desperate to be seen a certain way, and even if it's pathetic, I would probably feel the same way in her shoes. Other friends I've told who don't know Kate say I should not bow to the pressure and that she's nuts for even asking, and I don't disagree, but also I feel bad skipping the party when it's Jamie's birthday, and he asked specifically that I come. So should I be going? Yeah, I'm sure Kate's going to tell him the actual reason at this point. She doesn't want to compromise, she wants her to capitulate completely. She does just need to have a talk with Jamie about this. I'd normally read more comments, but we have an update, so let's just read that instead. There's more behind this than it seems. Update, my friend asked me to dress badly to her boyfriend's party. First of all, thanks to everyone for the advice. Most responses were not what I was expecting and really gave me a lot to think about. As surprised as I was that so many people said to tell Jamie, I did realize that it was the right thing to do. So I texted him and told him that Kate was insisting I dressed a certain way. Jamie called and explained. A couple of months ago, Jamie and Kate were out with a few of his friends. These same friends that I mentioned in my comments are not fond of Kate, and everyone had a lot to drink. They were talking about how they met their significant others, and the story of Jamie and Kate meeting came up. Apparently during the telling of the story, Kate asked Jamie why he had decided to hit on her rather than me, and one of his friends joked that it was because he knew he didn't have a shot with the hot one, me. Kate asked if this was true, and Jamie, having had way too much to drink, explained in a way that made it sound kind of true. He said he did notice me that night and thought I was attractive just seeing me. He said he would never have approached me because he knew he would never have a chance with someone like me, so in that way his friend was right. He said that speaking to Kate was the absolute best outcome because he loves her and plans on spending the rest of his life with her. But even knowing this, Kate has taken this extremely hard, and even though she says she is over it, he's noticed changes in her behavior that seem to be related to that. He also admitted that he'd been planning to propose to Kate at the party, and that is why he'd wanted me to be there, but after hearing this on top of the way she had been handling the situation previously, he won't be doing that anymore. Oh, this Kate. She probably has no idea that she was going to be proposed to and ruined it with this bullshit. She probably wouldn't be too happy about that. After speaking to Jamie, I called Kate. She admitted that she had tied a lot of her self-worth in the fact that she'd finally been picked over me, and now it felt like that wasn't true. She apologized for trying to solve her insecurities through me, but also said she wasn't sure she would be able to have me in her life as much as I had been with the way she's been feeling. As hurt as I was, I said I understood. She said she still wanted me to come to the party since I'd helped organize it, and she'd previously dropped the absurd dress code, so I will be going to the party. I trust that Kate will communicate her boundaries to Jamie, but I don't plan on inviting him to any more events for the foreseeable future. I'm really sad that I've probably lost a longtime friend over the drunken awkwardness of other people, but I also get that Kate can't help now how she feels, and frankly it's for the best not to be in a secret competition. So yeah, I'm hurt, but I'm going to the party. Not a satisfying update, but an honest one. I can't really relate to the level of insecurity personally. I feel like if they ended up with you, that's good enough, right? That said, I've never thought of myself as the ugly one compared to my friends, so maybe I just don't get it. It's utterly tragic that she tied a lot of her self-worth into finally being picked over OP. I mean, she's planning to marry Jamie. Does she really think he's with her because he actually thinks she's the most beautiful woman in the world? Does she live in fear he might meet a beautiful celebrity one day and just drop her like nothing? Obviously, attraction is important in a relationship, but there has to be so much more there for it to last. Basically, no one ends up with the most physically attractive person they've ever seen in their lives, and that doesn't mean they're settling. It just means there's more to beauty than looks. This story is just kind of sad. I hate losing friends. The OP is obviously not being an asshole, and if there is a villain, it's one of the other two. Maybe this had to happen at some point. He's right to drop the proposal right now, though. You shouldn't start a marriage with this level of weirdness behind it. It'll just blow up over something minor like this. Well, anyway, let me know what you think about the stories, because that is about all the time I have for you today. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you have something to say about the stories, or about me, or about the fact that I used my full name in this video for the first time in years, not even sure why, make sure you let me hear it in the comments. Engagement is good for the algorithm. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more of the same. I might be hitting up this subreddit more often. It's an unlimited source of material. Also, big thanks to my awesome patrons who support me more directly over on Patreon. They don't have to do it, but they do it anyway. Thanks so much. Have a great day, everyone, and try not to let your greedy family members walk all over you.